First up, the 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark. You might think it's just a regular old penny, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. Whether you've got one sitting in your change jar or you're just curious about its value, stay tuned, because we're diving into its worth in today's market, even in old and damaged conditions. First, let's quickly recap what makes the 1947 wheat penny unique. The wheat penny was produced from 1909 to 1958, and it's famous for its design featuring two stalks of wheat on the reverse side. In 1947, pennies were minted in large numbers, but you might be surprised to learn that even common years like 1947 can still be valuable today. Now, let's talk about the 1947 penny without a mint mark. So, where's the mint mark, you ask? The U.S. Mint used to place a small D or S on coins to indicate where they were made, Denver or San Francisco, respectively. But the 1947 pennies minted in Philadelphia didn't have a mint mark. While this may seem like no big deal, this penny still has some value depending on its condition. Let's get into the value. Now, we're focusing on the 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark, even in old or damaged conditions. When it comes to rare coins, condition is everything. If you have a penny in good condition, meaning it's worn down but the details are still visible, it could be worth about $500 on average. Not much, but it's still worth more than face value. However, if your 1947 wheat penny is in better condition, the value can increase dramatically. A coin that's graded fine or even very fine might fetch anywhere between 10 and 20 cents. But we're not done yet. If you happen to find a 1947 penny in uncirculated or near perfect condition, the value can jump to around $1,000 or even more in some cases. But what if your 1947 penny is damaged or worn? Well, damaged coins still hold some value, but it's much less than those in better condition. Coins that have scratches, corrosion, or significant wear may only be worth $400. Maybe a little more, depending on the severity of the damage. Keep in mind that coin values can fluctuate depending on market trends. While a well-preserved 1947 penny without a mint mark might be worth $1,000 or more now, that value could change based on collector interest. Auctions and private sales often set the prices, and demand for certain years or mint marks can rise unexpectedly. So, there you have it. Even the 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark can have value, especially if it's in good condition. While a penny in poor condition won't make you a fortune, it's always fun to take a closer look at your coins. You never know what you might have sitting around. The 1957 D wheat penny, and how its value holds up, even in damaged condition. So, if you've got one of these in your collection, keep watching to find out just how much it's worth in today's market. First off, let's talk about the 1957 wheat penny itself. This penny features the classic wheat ears on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. It was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But today, we're specifically focusing on the 1957 D, which was minted in Denver. Now, typically, a regular 1957 D wheat penny in good condition can be worth anywhere from $700. Nothing too fancy. But here's the catch. When it comes to damaged coins, the story changes. You might be wondering, how much can a damaged 1957 D wheat penny really be worth? Well, let's break it down. Coins with damage, like scratches, dents, or discoloration, generally aren't as valuable as those in pristine condition. In fact, damage often lowers a coin's value, but in the world of coin collecting, rarity, historical significance, and market demand can still make certain damaged coins valuable. So, what about a damaged 1957 D wheat penny? Well, in today's market, even in poor condition, you can expect it to fetch between 800 sounds, like not much, right? But here's the twist. If the damage is unique or interesting, like a misstrike or a rare error, the value could be higher, especially among collectors who are into flawed or error coins. For example, let's say your 1957 D penny has some unusual wear or a unique imperfection that stands out. Some collectors actually prefer these kinds of damaged coins because they can tell a story. If the damage includes a significant error like a doubled die or a rare strike flaw, the coin could be worth a lot more, even with some wear and tear. Here's a pro tip. If you suspect that your 1957D wheat penny has a rare flaw or interesting damage, it's always worth having it evaluated by a professional. Many collectors go to reputable auction houses or use online platforms to get their damaged coins appraised. You never know. Your damaged penny could be a hidden gem. Now, for those of you who might have a whole bunch of these pennies lying around, I recommend checking them closely for any unique marks or irregularities. If you find something unusual, don't just toss it aside. Research it, or even better, get a second opinion. In conclusion, while a 1957D wheat penny in damaged condition won't make you a fortune, there's still some potential for it to be worth more than just face value. Whether you're collecting for fun or looking for your next big find, always keep an eye out for those special, unique coins. Next up, the 1957 wheat penny without a mint mark, specifically in brown and damaged condition. But what's it really worth in today's market? Let's find out. The 1957 wheat penny was struck in Philadelphia, and that's why there's no mint mark. Over 282 million of these coins were minted, so they're pretty common, but condition and color matter. Most of these coins start as a bright copper red. Over time, they tone down to brown, especially if exposed to air, moisture, or improper storage. In brown and damaged condition, their value drops significantly. If your 1957 no mint mark penny shows heavy wear, scratches, corrosion, or environmental damage, you're looking at what collectors call low-grade, or problem coins. So what's the value in today's market, 2025? In brown, damaged condition, a 1957 wheat penny with no mint mark typically sells for $500. So while the 1957 wheat penny without a mint mark in damaged, brown condition isn't going to make you rich, it's still a piece of American history, and a great way to start your collecting journey. Next up, the 1937 S. Lincoln wheat penny. Specifically, we'll explore its value in fine condition in today's market minted. In 1937 at the San Francisco Mint, the S mint mark signifies its origin. With a mintage of 34.5 million, it's a piece of history that many collectors cherish. In numismatics, a coin in fine condition shows moderate wear but retains clear details. It's a mid-grade that appeals to both novice and seasoned collectors. As of 2025, a 1937 S wheat penny in fine condition is valued around $600. While not a fortune, it's a respectable amount for a coin over 80 years old. Next up, the 1952 wheat penny without a mint mark. We'll break down its value in today's market, especially if it's in extra fine condition. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or looking to sell your collection, make sure to stick around. Alright, let's set the stage. The 1952 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln series that ran from 1909 to 1958. It features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse. What makes the 1952 special is the absence of a mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, let's get into its value. Coin values are heavily dependent on their condition, and that's where the term extra fine comes into play. In extra fine condition, you'll see minimal wear on the coin, but the details are still sharp. There's no major wear or scratches, and the coin retains its rich detail. Now, let's talk value. In today's market, a 1952 wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is worth around $3,000, depending on its exact quality and demand. This is for the average coin, but if you have a particularly well-preserved example, the price can go up. But hold up. There are some factors that could influence its value even further. The first is rarity. While the 1952 wheat penny isn't as rare as some other years, finding one in extra fine condition is not a common occurrence. That can increase its appeal to collectors. Second, the demand for older wheat pennies fluctuates. Some years, the market is hot for these types of coins, and your penny could be worth more. Plus, there's always the chance that your 1952 could be a part of a well-preserved collection, making it even more desirable. If you're thinking about selling your 1952 wheat penny, there are a few places you can go. Online platforms like eBay, Coinbase, or even local coin dealers can help you find a buyer. Just make sure to check the market trends before selling to ensure you get the best price. So, to recap, a 1952 wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition typically goes for about $3,000 in today's market. Not a huge amount, but still a valuable piece for collectors. If you have one in your collection, it might just be worth more than you think. Keep checking your pocket change, and who knows, you might stumble upon something rajeune. Next up, the 1955 wheat penny without a mint mark. Specifically, we're talking about its value in very fine condition in today's market. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's get into it. The 1955 wheat penny is famous for one major reason: its doubled die error. But not every 1955 penny is doubled. The regular 1955 wheat penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, and it's still a favorite among collectors even without the doubling in coin grading terms. Very fine means the coin has moderate wear but still shows strong details, especially on Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the back. It's not mint state, but it's definitely collectible. As of today, a regular 1955 no mint mark wheat penny in very fine condition is worth around $800 USD. That's right. While it's not rare like the famous double die version, it still holds value above face, especially for beginners building a set. Now, if you're lucky enough to spot that bold, double date, especially on 1955 and Liberty, then you might be holding something worth thousands of dollars. A genuine double die in VF condition can fetch over $1,500 to $2,000 or more. Next up, the 1940 wheat penny with no mint mark. A classic piece that's been catching the eyes of collectors for decades. So, what makes this penny special? First, let's talk basics. The 1940 wheat penny with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. Over 586 million of them, to be exact. That means it's not rare, but condition is everything. On the front, we've got Abraham Lincoln, just like modern pennies. Flip it over, and you'll see two wheat stalks and the iconic 1 cent, United States of America. That's why it's called a wheat penny. Now let's talk value. If you've got a 1940 no mint mark penny in good condition, we're talking visible details but lots of wear, it's worth about $1,000 today. Yep, still more than face value. But if your coin is in better shape, say fine or extremely fine, you could be looking at 50 cents to a few dollars. And if you've somehow got a mint state, MS 65 or higher version, these can sell for $1,000 or even more to the right collector. Here's a tip. Check for strong details in Lincoln's hair, sharp wheat stalks on the reverse, and no signs of cleaning or damage. Even a common coin can stand out if it's in great condition. So, is the 1940 no mint mark wheat penny rare? Not exactly. But is it valuable to collectors? Absolutely, especially in top condition. And hey, it's a great starter coin for new numismatists. Next up, the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, even in blackened or dirty condition. Could that old coin in your drawer be a hidden treasure? This penny was minted in Philadelphia, which is why there's no mint mark under the date. It's one of the most common wheat pennies out there. But the value can still surprise you. Now, let's talk condition. You might be thinking, mine looks terrible. It's black, it's dirty, it's probably worthless. Not so fast. In circulated black shade or dirty condition, which usually falls under the good to very good grade, your 1944 no mint mark penny could still be worth around $500 depending on how worn it is. But here's the catch. Some collectors love toned or naturally darkened coins. If your penny has unique toning or just looks cool, it might grab a buyer's attention and go for a bit more, possibly up to a few dollars. Now don't confuse this with the ultra-rare 1944 steel penny, which is magnetic and worth thousands of dollars. The regular 1944 penny is made of copper and won't stick to a magnet. So if you've got a 1944 wheat penny in the rough shape, blackened or dirty, don't toss it just yet. It may not be a jackpot. Next up, the 1928 wheat penny without a mint mark and its value in today's market, even if it's in damaged condition. Yes, you heard that right. A coin in poor condition can still surprise you with its worth. Stick around to find out just how valuable it can be. Now, the 1928 wheat penny is one of those coins that can have a big range in value, depending on its condition, whether it has a mint mark, and how it's been cared for over the years. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1928 wheat penny was minted in Philadelphia, and this is important because it doesn't have a mint mark. You'll find the S mint mark on some pennies from that era, and those are usually worth more. But this one, just the plain Philadelphia mint issue, is what we're talking about today. Now, the iconic reverse side of the wheat. Penny features two stalks of wheat, which is why these pennies are often called wheat pennies. The front side features Abraham Lincoln, as always. Here's where it gets interesting. If your 1928 wheat penny is in perfect condition, it could be worth a lot more. But what if it's in a damaged condition? Well, even then, you might be surprised by its market value. In a damaged condition, such as heavily worn, scratched, or corroded, the 1928 wheat penny will naturally be worth less. But here's the kicker. These coins are still sought after by collectors, especially if they have certain characteristics like rare errors, or if they're part of a complete set. So, let's break it down. In today's market, a 1928 wheat penny without a mint mark in a damaged or lower grade condition typically ranges between $500. Yes, you can still find one of these coins for around $1 if it's heavily worn or corroded. However, if you have a 1928 wheat penny with light wear, or a bit of patina but no major damage, its value can jump to around $1,500. It's all about the degree of wear and any potential collector's interest in that specific coin. Some damage, like a deep scratch or a hole, can drastically lower the value. But believe it or not, some collectors actually appreciate coins with history, like those that have been in circulation for a long time and tell a story through their wear. If you've got a 1928 wheat penny in damaged condition, how do you know when to sell it? Well, here are a few tips. First, keep an eye on auction sites or dealers to see what prices are trending for similar coins. You may want to wait for a few months or even years if you think the market will pick up. Also, get your coin professionally appraised if you're unsure about its value. Sometimes a minor detail could make it worth more than you think. So, there you have it. The 1928 wheat penny without a mint mark, even in a damaged condition, can still hold some value. While it might not be worth a fortune, it's still an interesting piece of history to add to your collection. Next up, the most iconic coins from American history, the 1944 S wheat penny. But not just any condition. We're talking about black shaded, dirty condition, finds you might overlook. The 1944 S. Lincoln. Wheat penny was minted in San Francisco, and over 282 million of these copper coins were made. But here's the kicker. Even though it's common in general, condition and color make a huge difference in value. Now, when it comes to black shaded or dirty coins, this usually means the coin has been exposed to oxidation, chemicals, or just years in bad environments. That affects eye appeal and grading, which directly hits the value. Let's talk money. In average dirty or black shade, circulated condition, a 1944 S wheat penny might only fetch around $900. But if it's got rare dye errors, doubling, or if it's an uncleaned coin with an unusual shade that catches collector interest, it could push up to $1,000, though that's rare. So while a dirty 1944 S wheat penny won't make you rich, it's still a fun piece of American history and a great starter for new collectors. Got one of these coins? Drop a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin videos every week. Thanks for watching and happy hunting!